Today we are going to be reviewing the iPhone SE 2020 version, the iPhone 11, the 2019 version, and the iPhone XR from 2018. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so on the very left we have the iPhone SE 2nd Gen. It has three colors: black, product red, and white. The iPhone 11 has purple, yellow, green, black, white, and product red. Meanwhile, the iPhone XR has blue, white, black, yellow, coral, and product red. So obviously, the XR and 11 come in more colors. I just noticed that the iPhone XR has a little bit of a deeper shade of yellow than the iPhone 11. Anyways, so these are Apple's budget phones. So the SE starts at $399, and the iPhone 11 starts at $699, while the XR starts at $599. So the SE recently released a couple weeks ago. The 11 released last year, and the XR released in 2018 in October. So let's take a quick look. So it has a 4.7-inch display on the SE, while the other two have a 6.1-inch display. They're all made out of glass and aluminum. The SE and the XR only have a single 12-megapixel wide camera, while the iPhone 11 has a dual 12-megapixel ultra wide and wide cameras with night mode. So cameras goes to iPhone 11. Now, FaceTime HD is on iPhone SE, True Depth on the other two. The SE and XR only have 7 megapixels, while the 11 has 12 megapixels, 4K recording up to 60 frames per second, while SE and XR have 1080p HD video, recording at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second for the SE and XR respectively. So the SE comes in only Touch ID, there's no Face ID on it. The 11 and XR have Face ID though. The SE and 11 have the A13 Bionic chip, while the XR has the older A12 one. And basically, the only reason the SE has the A13 is because that's basically only changed from the iPhone 8. So the SE, obviously the battery is the same as the iPhone 8, lasts about the same. The iPhone 11 lasts up to an hour longer than the XR, and the XR lasts up to 1.5 hours longer than the iPhone 8 Plus. Just showing while the iPhone 11 is kind of better in all ways. So there's 1 meter water resistance for the iPhone SE and XR for up to 30 minutes. The iPhone 11 is a different story. It has 2 meters for up to 30 minutes. And the capacities. SE only has 64 gigs, 128, and 256. The iPhone 11 has the same thing, and the iPhone XR has the same thing, but no 256 gigs. So it only comes in 2 options, which is a little bit of a downside. So we looked at the display. Now, as you can see, the pixel resolution, it's noticeably smaller than the 11 and XR because of, like, you can just look at the numbers. It's just smaller in general. So the iPhone 11 and XR have the same display. And yeah, so there's a 1400:1 contrast ratio on all three, which is typical. True tone display, wide color display, haptic touch, 625. Size and weight. So obviously the iPhone 11 XR have the same build, and the height is 5.94 inches, 5.94 inches for the XR as well. And then the SE only has a 5.45 inches as the height. The width is 2.65 versus 2.98 in the other two. Depth 0.29 to 0.33, and weight 5.22 to 6.84 for the other two. So the splash, water, and dust resistance. Rated IP67 for the SE and XR, IP68 for the iPhone 11. Now the chip. A13 for the SE and iPhone 11, the newest chip there is out there for Apple. And the XR only has the A12 Bionic, a little bit older, 2nd generation. So we looked at the camera. The iPhone 11 has night mode and auto adjustments, two big things that the XR and SE do not have. So these are some other things that you might want to take a look at about their some other specs. You can pause the video, check these specs out. Anyways, let's look at the carriers. So they only have the 4 carriers typical for AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon. So these are some other things you might want to take a look at. So the secure authentication, SE only comes in Touch ID as I mentioned earlier. The Face ID comes in the 11 and the XR. So they both support Apple Pay. All 3 support Apple Pay and Apple Card as well. There's video calling, which is FaceTime video. Initiate video calls over Wi-Fi or cellular to any FaceTime enabled device. There's audio calling, FaceTime audio, or you can call over Wi-Fi / FaceTime on any enabled device. And voice over LTE. There's also Wi-Fi calling. So there's audio playback, video playback. There's Siri. And this is where what we need to look at. Power and battery. So the SE, you might have heard, it doesn't have a great battery. I'm just going to say that out right now. It does not have a great battery. Maybe 3.5 to 4 hours. That's just not going to cut it. Now the 11 lasts up to a whole hour longer than the XR. And the XR lasts up to 1.5 hours than the iPhone 8 Plus. So they all 3 have a built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery. Yeah, they all have wireless charging and a glass back. They charge through USB to computer system, or you can use the power adapter. The video playback is up to 13 hours for the SE, 17 hours for the 11, and 16 hours for the XR. So streaming, the XR does not have that, but it's 8 hours for the SE and 11 hours for the iPhone 11. The audio playback, 65 hours for the 11 and XR, and only 40 for the SE. So there's fast charge capable, up to 50% charge in 30 minutes with an 18-watt adapter or higher, which are sold separately. They all include earpods with a lightning connector, and the sensors, the 3-axis gyro for all of them, accelerometer, proximity sensor, and barometer, and some other things that they have. SIM card, they're all dual SIM, non-compatible with existing micro SIMs. They all have connector, and there are some other specs you can check out. So, back to the top. Now, if you're asking me, I will recommend you go with the iPhone 11 Black Edition, which is what I would choose. So, color is up to you. So, the reason I chose iPhone 11 is because I kind of did process of elimination. First, obviously, I'm not going to take the SE because, let's just face it, the battery isn't as good as we really need it to be. So there's that. And then there's also the fact that, like, it's just not as, it's not like, it only has one camera. It's just not as good as the iPhone 11. And the XR, it's a little bit older. It has an older processor, which, I mean, that's fine, but, like, it's might hurt it in the long run, and it's worth it to pay extra $100 for the 11 over the XR. That's why I chose the 11, but I hope this video, like, really helped you guys to make a decision if you were looking at it. Anyways, these are the 3 budget iPhones that Apple is selling, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.